Hey guys, how's it going? Destry here. I'm making another video on Shadow of War mods. There's not going to be a lot of new mods in this video. I want to just really kind of redo my descriptions and going over the ones that I showed in the last one. If you didn't see that, check out my last video. Or not, you don't have to. Basically, most of the mods that I showed in this video were in the last one, minus one because I changed it out. So you can check out what that mod was in the last video if you care to see. But anyways, I want to go over the mods I've already mentioned in better detail before I get on to the new ones. So the first one, you might be able to tell now if you didn't see the last video. Yeah, I have no head. This is the Nazgul head replacement mod for Baranor. I do want to say up front right now, for those who don't know, basically any mod that deals with changing the head model of the character is done using the Baranor model, not Talion. I don't know the reason why, but it might have something to do with Talion being hard-coded because of like story details and whatnot. I don't know. I'm not a whiz with the modding or anything like that. I don't know the ins and outs of the modding scene. Making sure my microphone is still good. But yeah, anything that changes the head model of the character is going to be on Baranor. There's different ones in there. There's one for basically every single. Well, I won't say every single because I've only seen a couple. But there's one that changes the head model for Baranor to be the Nazgul one. There's one for Sauron, his helmet, the Witch King, and then some of the other Nazgul helmets. I think they have specific models for just the head, and that lets you mix and match the mask model with different cloaks. I like using the Ranger cloak. I know it looks kind of weird because you can tell that there's supposed to be something with the head model and there's not, but I think it looks kind of cool. If in the future we're able to add like special effects or anything like the like particle effects to meshes, I'd like to add some type of like green flame effect, and it'd be kind of like a Nazgul Ghost Rider look. I think that'd be pretty cool. But anyways, besides that, there's another mod that I'll show off really quickly. You might catch a glimpse of one of the new mods. I'm gonna try to be quick. Okay, so this is actually going to be a 2-for-1. First off, you might notice that he's got the Master Sword in his hand. Okay, no, it's not the Master Sword, but it's a sword replacement for the hammer. There's normally supposed to be a hammer there on his left hand. Instead, there's the Elven Sword. There's a couple different mods that change what that is, but I like the sword. I think it looks cool. And another mod that changes all of the Numenorian armors, the final sets, is the claws. If you don't know what I mean by that, you can see there at the end of the fingers, they jut out their claws now. It's a very subtle mod, but one that I enjoy. I mainly run this outfit most of the time, but I wanted to kind of rock with something different. So that's why I'm wearing the blood armor for this one. And just so I could show off again, as you can see, you can change this with any type of gear you want. And you do get some cool mashups if you mix it with the different Nazgul heads. Like, I think that looks kind of cool. I think the best looking one was the Hammerhead one. I gotta find that one. The High King one looks pretty cool too. But you can also mix it with the original one. So you can kind of see the juxtapose there. But there, that one. This is the one I had on the last video, and I think that fits the most if you want to like do a mashup. But as again, like I said, I prefer to just use the Ranger cloak. I think it looks cool. You might have also got a glimpse of the other new mod. You might be wondering what the hell was that just now. We're gonna get into that. I'm not done yet. So another thing that I showed off in the last video, outside of the stuff with the hammers. Oh, okay. Well, it's a new Wraith model. I'll go into more detail on it later. I forgot that a lot of it's just gonna show, but that's okay. So outside of the whole thing with the hammer, there's also a new glaive replacement. There's a couple different mods that replace what the glaive looks like. I went with the sword variant because I think that looks really, really cool. If you can, if you couldn't tell, I like swords. I'm a fan of swords. And as for another new mod, this one is actually, I think, probably the most gameplay-wise the most interesting because it creates different functions, and that is the Nazgul transformation mod. And now I'll show off the new Wraith model. This is the Spartan Wraith model. As you can see, it not only adjusts the base Wraith Italian Wraith set, takes off the cloak, and it changes the headpiece from being his head into this like Spartan-esque type of helmet. The textures are a little messed up, but that's due to the game. It's weird with running textures for custom models. But I still think it looks really good. And as you saw, it also makes you taller and makes you stronger. Well, not stronger, it makes you physically bigger. But as for the Nazgul mod, it does a couple things. For one, I'm going to just let these guys kind of do their thing for a bit while I talk. It does increase your sprint speed by a lot, as you can see here. Like that is quite a big difference. It won't do it. It seems to be less consistent if you're jumping over stuff, but if you're using the Elven sprint ability, it does it more often. So just stick to doing that. I said in my last video that I thought it also increased the damage you did and of your regular attacks, and I thought it increased the speed. I appear to be wrong on that. I don't know what I was smoking when I said that. But what it does do outside of that is it gives you infinite might, and I actually think it gives you infinite focus, yes. You can see here it's not draining my focus, and I do not have... The Nazgul headpiece doesn't do the same effect as the actual mask, so I don't have the infinite focus for doing this. But another cool thing is that you can do stuff like this. And I believe that the chain takedowns is a skill you can unlock in base game. This just makes it so you can do it consistently. And I wish I could have cut it on camera. Hopefully maybe I can again. But as for the focus portion, you might notice here there's the other new mod I wanted to show off. I'll get into that in a second. But since this runs off of focus, this will keep going until there's no more enemies. And I will show you that here. This is freaking crazy. This will do the same thing for the takedown ones as well. And the stealth dominate, like the branding one. This will keep going until they're all dead. Just keep it going. No one else? No one else. Okay. So yeah, busted. If you want to have a challenge, don't use this mod. But I don't care. I like being a freaking demigod. You can also, I'm pretty sure I decapitated every... Oh my god, yeah. There's just heads lining the ground. Holy crap. Yeah. So if I didn't just decapitate everybody, like this guy, for instance, he can come back. He's fine. I don't know how he grew extra limbs, but you know what? We're not going to question it. It's a video game. But yeah, that's really it for my description of the mods I showed in the last video. I didn't feel like I did a good enough job describing them. So that's what I'm doing here. And as for the new mods, as you see the first one right here, the other one is the throwing daggers mod. This one replaces every hammer in the game with the throwing daggers, the ones that you do, these ones right here. So instead of just throwing them out like this, you can actually aim them and throw them. That killed him immediately. I wasn't expecting that. Oh, he didn't pull out his hammer that time. Uh-oh. But yeah, those are the two new mods I have to show for this video. There is extra files that come with this one to kind of make it fit better. So you can see it's kind of clipping here and there. There's an extra set of files that come with that mod to change, the skeleton and make sure everything kind of fits better. But it seemed to crash my game for me, and I couldn't figure out what was conflicting with it. So I just decided it'd be best to leave it turned off. And let's see. I'm gonna throw that. Something I didn't know, because I tried to make this video once before and I didn't realize I wasn't recording the gameplay, because I'm, smart, is that I forgot that there's an option to revive animals. I never use it in like my main regular playthrough, or all the other times I would jump on this game. I never think of using that skill. So, if you're like me and you never use that skill, there's your reminder that that does that. But anyways, guys, I don't have too much more to say in terms of like the new mods, but I do want to talk about them in general. Making sure my mic's still recording. Sorry. I want to talk about them in general because I haven't really seen anybody covering these like player mods for Shadow of War. I've seen people covering mods, but it's always been like these cool modded orcs that have awesome, unique armors and unique colors, and they're super like hard to kill. They have all the good strength. They have no weaknesses, or they're like just super modded, crazy. And those are cool. Like, don't get me wrong. I enjoy watching those. I don't think I'd enjoy playing them because I like to enjoy my games. I don't like to get frustrated and pull my hair out, which is funny because one of my favorite genres is the Souls-like. But that's neither here nor there. Just looking for things to kill. I'm sorry. But it's crazy because if you go on the like Nexus mod store, there's a good amount of player mods on there, and some pretty cool looking ones too. Like you have a lot that are kind of just retexture mods, but even for those, I think are awesome because there's some that like it'll just kind of rechange the colors of a certain armor, which is still impressive, in its own right. The fact that people can even do that, because from what I know, this game isn't the easiest to mod. We didn't have modding tools for it for the longest time. But then there's some like this right here, pretty much making whole new meshes, whole new characters. Shut that off. Being able to just mess with the game, and even this right here. Ultimately, it looks like it's a, an asset that's missing part of its mesh. I know that, but it's a start to something. Like eventually, we can have those cool Ghost Rider looking things that I was talking about earlier in the video. And I'm looking forward to that. I think that's going to be really, really cool. And the fact that we can do like, the whole transformation type stuff, well, visually there's not really anything going on outside of just swapping to the different character. I do still have the Nazgul transformation on, by the way. It's because I just went into Wraith mode with my controller, because for some reason I can't get this to work on controller. I have to use my keyboard to actually trigger it on and off. So even though I look normal, I'm still having all the abilities, which is also cool in its own right. Because once I'm at the end of this game, I like to play it as essentially a god, because it's kind of what it feels like you are by the end of it. But like I said, I haven't really seen much coverage on these types of mods, and I think there should be more. I'm perfectly honest. I really think this could be something here, and I think the people who spend their time and effort to make these should get a bit more notoriety, should be seen a bit more, and just so other people can see that this is what people are doing. You might get inspired to try to make your own things. I'm slowly learning how this stuff works because I have some ideas of my own that I would like to put in there, and I didn't even know you were okay. Eat foot. I mean, what? You're interrupting my video. Stop it. Okay, I see how this is. Sorry, I'm gonna try to take care of this guy real quick. I just did that like 20 times. Okay, stop it.
You look sickly. Need a cup of broth before I slit your throat?
That's oddly considerate of you. Anyways, take fire. Take multiple fire. I think this type of like the Fury takedowns as well look really cool with this as well. I figured that out. I don't know why I tried to do that again. Anyways, die. Thank you. But even little things like that, because the model is different, it almost gives it a different feel to certain animations. Like it's two people hitting, which I know it's kind of the point. At least initially, that's what it's supposed to be because you're playing as two people at the same time, essentially. In the beginning, anyway. But I do really think that this is all just really cool, and I want to make some more videos on this. I will have other videos of different games and mods, whatever, coming in the future, but I do want to keep tabs on this, and whenever there's like new exciting mods that I feel are new and exciting anyway, that
You've
okay.
killed my blood brother.
Oh,
My blood brother. Do you know how
I'm over
hard
here
it is to
creating a
get a blood
dynamic
brother?
store while I'm just trying to talk about some
You're
mods.
lucky if you get one in a lifetime. I'll kill you for what you did.
Okay, anyways, this is awesome. I'm gonna need you to go. Come here. I saw you behind me too.
You're gonna have to try harder than that.
We're not gonna have any of that. Also, they're mine now. Gosh, even after so long, I didn't. Okay, sorry. I didn't mean to kill him. I didn't mean to do that. I just wanted to get his health low so I can shame him. But I figured I'll do something with that later. Oh well. Okay, you're up and at him. Anyways, I'm rambling. Video's gonna get kind of long. I didn't want to make a long video. I just want to but I'll show off a bit of these mods, and you know, I'm not the first. There are videos of it, but most of them I've seen are like the creators of the mods just showing off, like, hey, this is what I did. This is how much work I've been putting into it so far. And I just want to bring more attention to all that. So if you guys like Shadow of War, you have it on PC, you want to try out modding, the process of getting the mod set up isn't too difficult, but I would watch a video or make sure you have the installation guide with you because there are a couple steps you need to do. Anybody watching this, if you would like me to explain how to install mods and stuff like that, like how to get the pack loader and DLL and all that stuff so you can use mods, let me know and I can make a video on that. But there are people who have already made one and they're way more informative than I feel like I could ever be. So you can always watch those as well. Anyways, guys, that's really all I have for today. Don't really have anything cool like another Fortress Siege or whatever because I don't want to take this online. I don't, for one, the whole Nazgul thing is kind of busted, and I'm not going to take that online and risk getting banned or anything like that. But I also don't have any regular fortresses. They're all under my rule for now, and I haven't really went back to do any fortress protecting or whatever. So I think I'll just end the video here, guys. As again, if you guys have been watching, thank you so much for your support. I don't remember if I made a video on 2,000 subscribers. I reached that a little bit ago. But still, like, thank you guys from the bottom of my heart. It's crazy to me. Still, I've said that before pretty much every time I hit like my own kind of milestone. But it is. All of them have been just weird that, for me anyway, that people want to sit and watch my stuff. Anyways, guys, I'm not going to get any all mopey or everything in this video. Look for some more stuff to come. I got a Spider-Man video coming out tomorrow, actually. I don't think you guys will get a kick out of that as long as I can get everything working. But yeah, outside of that, I've just been busy with school and had some other personal stuff going on. So that's kind of what's been keeping me busy and why I haven't posted in a little bit. I'm trying to take care of some other things first. But that's enough about me. I'll probably make a Let's Talk video at some point when I just want to kind of explain how I've been doing. Anyways, enough about that. I will talk to you guys later. See ya.